should still not die if that's unboosted. Please burn him. Oh, thank the Lord. Yo, what's up guys, AFC Dino here. Just recorded the other video as well. Gonna record a bunch before I put this team on Patreon, of course. Yeah, last time we lost one game against a Rain Noob, unfortunately. Like, he was running some crazy sets, like knock off, serve, hurricane, U-turn on the Pelipper, and then the toxic Ferrothorn without lead sheet. So fucking interesting. Yeah, sometimes those kind of things happen. And yeah, my Rain matchup is not the best. It's not the worst. It's definitely not the best, especially if Umbreon gets knocked. Then the Rain matchup becomes really tough for me. But yeah, obviously I didn't expect him to use knockoff on me. Maybe I should have just absorbed. Maybe I should have just brought in my Gliscor on the knockoff. But yeah, well, let's just forget about that game and let's just try to hit 857 again. So we lost a lot of points due to that battle. We gained a lot of points back though. So let's see how we are going to do now. And if you guys are interested in a team, like always, the team will be on Patreon. Okay, so I see two Psychic types. This one might be a bit tough. I do like my Mienshao in this one. The Slowbro as well. I'm not sure how he's going to start this off. I'm going to lead up with my Dragonite again. Just because a lot of times these guys lead off with their Metagross or Garchomp. If he did lead up with Rotom, I just bring in Umbreon. So in that sense, I just Flamethrower this. He might be tempted to, because he's really bulky, to click Ice Punch on me. And as long as he doesn't freeze me, that would be really good for me. Because he's gonna take Rocky Helmet damage. And I think I mainly have my Dragonite for this. Well, my Dragonite doesn't fulfill a real purpose in this game, aside from being an extra wall next to my Slowbro for the Conkeldurr in the Metagross. But me getting up this Flamethrower is really helpful as he goes for the Icy Wind. A bit unfortunate. How much is that gonna do? Okay. So do I just go for the kill here? I think I do. He goes for Psychic, but that shouldn't kill me. And now I just kill him with the Flamethrower. And if this was his Stealth Rocker, that's pretty huge for me. That's pretty huge if that's his Stealth Rocker. But yeah, he might bring in his Garchomp. Probably Hydreigon. That would make the most sense. Maybe Garchomp comes in. I'm not sure if he runs double rocks though, but usually that combination, Icy Wind, Psychic, Hidden Power, Fire, Stealth Rock, is what Metagross runs when he's using that combination. From the two moves he just used against me. So in this sense, I am gonna go into my Umbreon. Because if he does go for Stealth Rock, I can wish at some pass in case. And he goes for Dragon Claw. Let's see how much this does. That guy is Choice Bandit. Yeah, that's quite tough. But because he's Choice Bandit, I think it's my Slowbro becomes even more important now. We just protect there. He might just bring in the Conkeldurr, but he doesn't have rocks up, so that way my Slowbro never have to fear the Facade. And it's pretty rare though that they have bulk up Conkeldurr, especially bulk up with Facade. So maybe I'm just gonna go for the protect here. It's really rare these days. Yeah, I did let him take extra burn chip, and yeah, this guy's pretty healthy. But now that I know Garchomp is Choice Bandit, I can utilize my team a bit better. Makes a nice little play into the Rotom. I will protect here as well, just to scout what he does. He goes for the Volt Switch. And yeah, let's see how he's gonna respond to this. Because I don't know if he's choiced. Yeah, exactly. So he's not choiced. Pretty nice for me, and I can just draw off a knockoff here. I only have me and Shao to come in on Hydreigon anyway. So just getting off that damage is gonna help me a lot. And I can just U-turn here. Getting rid of his leftovers is huge too. And I can just bring in my Umbreon. Now that I know that Garchomp is that set, I can always protect on him and maybe try to get in Gliscor. But him giving me the Metagross like that, like I felt like him clicking Psychic there, what was it accomplishing there? But if I somehow am able to heal Dragonite, I can use it to check Garchomp too. Because that's Choice Banded Garchomp. That Dragon Claw did almost 50% to my Umbreon. Which means Slowbro should wall it decently well. If he ever locks himself into Earthquake, and Gliscor can be awesome. But how much did my U-turn do to that Rotom? Because I actually need to know if that Rotom is defensive. I did 15.4, so that's a defensive Rotom. And I can always just protect on this, see what he does. It's Dragon Claw again. Oh, okay. So he does run double Stealth Rock on his Garchomp. Interesting. Choice Banded. That's crazy, man. I will go into my Dragonite though. Just because I'm getting some recovery there. Which I can still use him for. But now I should really try to prioritize getting up my own hazards. And I will always bring this in. He stayed in. I'm not sure if he's choiced. He is choiced. This does mean that I'm a bit skeptical here. Oh, he crits me. That's really unfortunate. Due to the crit, I'm actually in Mach Punch range of Conkeldurr. That sucks. And I would have been full HP as well. That crit really blows. But I should try to get up my own hazards. Oh, it actually goes into this. And I think we should be fine by going for the U-turn again. Getting some more chip damage on him. Get in this. And Conkeldurr did reveal Drain Punch, so he might be bulk up. But if it's bulk up Facade, that would be such a strange combination. In the sense that it doesn't hit any ghost types with that shit. If he does reveal the bulk up, I need to sack something. I'm gonna play off him not having that. We're just gonna protect it here. As he goes for Drain Punch again. Do I go Dragonite? Defog might still be a good option versus him. But he might just Facade there. That would hurt. No, he just Drain Punches, that's cool. I will always slack off here though. But I really need to find an opportunity to heal up. That Hydreigon used U-turn, so I assume he's choiced. And it is Thunder Punch. Oh, that's gonna do a lot. I'm always outside of range. So I was slack off. But knowing that he has Thunder Punch, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, maybe he has Ice Punch too, so I gotta be a bit careful here. Yeah, I guess my opponent doesn't really care about wheezing anymore. Okay, he should have gone Rotom there, because I can just protect there. See what he does. He can still make that Rotom play here, but I don't want to take a Dark Pulse to the face. So ideally he clicks U-turn there, then I can get off my future side. But this game is tough because the Garchomp suddenly went for Stealth Rock. Okay, he does go for the U-turn. So I'm gonna throw off my future side there. Him doing quite a bit of damage there. Remember that we knocked off his item? That's pretty cool. And the play I can make here is Protect. Next time I will have to sack something against Conkeldurr, but that's just how it is. And I'm gonna get in my Mian Shell here. Doesn't have a close combat switch on his team. He doesn't heal too much though with Pain Split. And if he goes Hydreigon, should be beneficial for me. In the sense that I now get a free attack off on him. And I have no reason not to go for close combat there. If Garchomp comes in... Oh, he goes for Superpower. Damn, is that killing me? That's crazy. I was gonna say. I at least got rid of this guy, which makes it much easier. Because now he doesn't have a future side to switch aside from his Reuniclus, which means I can get in my Gliscor. Against the Conkeldurr now. I assume Garchomp comes in. I kind of assume Garchomp comes in there. But I don't know if it's worth going for another, because Night Slash is looking pretty strong as well now. Regardless of him switching. Oh. But yeah, that U-turn crit in the beginning almost put me in range of that superpower, man. That's so stupid. Yeah, how is he gonna respond to this? Because now that I know Conkeldurr has Thunder Punch, I'm gonna be a bit mindful with my Slowbro. But I am going to need my own... I think I prefer Spikes foremost, because I kind of want to damage Conkeldurr and Garchomp a bit. I don't know if he mocks here, but I need to sack something anyway. And yeah. Get a huge close combat off there. Because that guy is a threat. That guy is a threat. I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna roost there. Rotom cannot heal anyway. Aside from Pain Splitting, of course. However, this does... He can Pain Split me, but this does give me a free defog. Which means Garchomp has to click Stealth Rock again at a certain point. I will go into my because if I roost on Volt Switch, then I won't have my multi skill. And he takes free damage on Conkeldurr, so I'll take it. Tries to hit me with Drain Punch. I don't know if I'm faster. I have no clue, but I don't have to risk it. I will always go Dragonite. I got rid of the rocks, so in that sense it's okay. It's okay to lose him here. As he goes for Drain Punch, which I should take decently well. With the Rocky Helmet, of course. And we can just go for... I might as well just Ice Beam. I might as well show it there. If Rotom comes in, we can click Roost. And Conkeldurr is basically 2 burn ticks away from dying anyway. I don't want him Drain Punching on my Roost there. Because then he's gonna do too much damage and he's gonna heal back a ton. Because I'm gonna lose my Flying type here. Well, he should just give me this. I'm not sure what kind of Uniclus we're facing. He decides to stay in with Conkeldurr, so we beautifully get rid of that guy. Nice. Garchomp has to come in. I assume he's just gonna Dragon Claw me, but he's gonna take that damage. He should just Dragon Claw me, but I don't want to switch in my Slowbro. What I'll do is I'll go into this. I'm gonna click Toxica, assuming Rotom or something comes in. Got a Spike up there. Because I'm gonna look for an endgame with Weavile spamming Night Slash against my opponent. It's fine if he debugs, because he's gonna die to poison. Because with the spikes up, his Garchomp will get 2-hit KO by Night Slash. In case he wants to knock me out. And he crits me. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I get in this, and I will always click Night Slash. Garchomp comes into this. And I kept Slowbro alive for this. See how much this Earthquake is gonna do to me. Yeah. So with the Protect, I should be able to live too. And I have 2 Dark types. Ball play into Night Slash will always knock out the Reuniclus. And if he's the double dance set, then I just switch between my 2 Dark types. Oh yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that he crit me on my Gliscor, because I would have been able to get off an extra layer. But it is what it is. Let's see how many hits we get. But like, I would have been able to get off an extra layer, but I should always do 50%. So if the moment he switches out, oh, that did a lot. That's Trick Room. Then I'm better off going for this. I would be better off going for that then, in case that's Trick Room Reuniclus, because I cannot stall enough turns. And if we did Trick Room there, I could have sacked. Let's say he Trick Roomed there and I didn't kill him. I would sack Umbreon. I would sack Umbreon and then bring in Weavile, spam Ice Shard. Let's say he clicked Focus Blast and killed me there. Umbreon outspeeds him, so I just Foul Play him, and then against Garchomp I protect, and with Foul Play I would knock out Garchomp. So unless he crits my Umbreon from that point, there should be no way I would lose that game. And yeah, 857 is where we're at now, 857. And that puts us at still rank 9, I think. Oh, we're still rank 10. And if we get one win, we're rank 7, so might as well go for it now. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, let's see if we can get that final win. It depends. Oh, we're back. We didn't find an opponent. Okay, let's see if we can find an opponent this time, boys. We can't. Okay, guys, third time the charm. Let's see. There we go. That's a nice hat. Okay. I'm a bit scared of the Weavile. Not gonna lie. Gonna rely a lot on my Umbreon in this game. How do I wanna fight this out? I'm gonna lead off with my... I want to lead off with Shao, but there should be no way he leads off with the Weavile, right? Yeah, this game is going to rely a lot on my Umbreon. Red Lawyer. Okay. What I'll do is I'm gonna U-turn. And if he wants to play this game with hazards, we're gonna do the same, because he has a Gyarados. His Gyarados and his Weavile are his biggest threats. So if I can stack my hazards alongside him and force my opponent to defog, I think that's gonna be more beneficial to me. Because if I bring in Dragonite and try to defog and he goes hard Weavile, I'll be in an awkward position. But now, I'm gonna set up my Stealth Rock here. I don't know if he goes hard Weavile, that would be an insane play. He can obviously make that play. He already starts roaring. Okay. I do have Wish on my... I'm gonna Wish here. Not sure if he uses Spikes. He's gonna roar again. He already started roaring. And he's trying to get in my... Okay. I will not let him do this though. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go into my Gliscor, get some extra chip on him, and if he starts roaring again, it's fine. If he Brave Birds for some reason, I get the Wish recovery. Let's say he roars me and I go into Weavile, I get the recovery. And he does Brave Bird into me, so that's pretty nice. Because that's damage he needs to recover as well. And yeah, I'm gonna Spike here. And make it really difficult for Weavile to come in. That's gonna be the main goal. And the moment my Dragonite comes in, by the way, ooh, that's pretty cool. And now Future Sight him. Maybe he goes into his Rotom. That would be cool. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna Protect first. Because then he has to choose between Volt Switching or Defogging. Because if I let him debug now, then he can Volt Switch into his Chansey. I know he gets recovery back, but now I can go Mian Shao. And the future side will go off if he debugs or clicks anything else but Volt Switch. And he decides to debug. So I get off the future side, which is really awesome for me. That's quite a bit of damage, and I can just freely knock off against his team. As he reveals Hydro Pump. Pretty cool. I don't wanna close combat here, because then he can Pursuit Trap me, and I need my Mian Shao. So we're gonna U-turn there. And I'm just gonna bring in my Umbreon. I don't know if he has Pain Split on this. I knocked off his item, so that's good enough for me. He is Pain Split. Meaning it's Pain Split defog, so I never have to bear him Will-O-Wisping me. Which is cool. I can just Wish now. And I have to be a bit mindful here. Because he can obviously bring in Skarmory or something. But I need this guy at full HP, so I will ball play here. And then we can Wish again. It's gonna be a bit tough now killing the Rotom, so I really need him poisoned. I really need him poisoned, so I'll Wish here. As he clicks Roar again. We got damage on Skarm, so that's pretty cool. Roars me into Twinkle Toes. Do I die to Brave Bird? If I don't die to Brave Bird, I'm gonna stay in. Okay, there's only about 50, so I can actually attack here. This is fine, I'm getting full HP. And I can make the switch into Umbreon. I think that's pretty safe. In the sense that if he does Volt Switch, I assume he's gonna Pain Split me. But I at least keep him low. And we can just Wish again. Because from here, nothing on his team kills me. But I need to look for an opportunity to get up my hazards again. Okay, this is a bit scary. Not gonna lie. I'm actually gonna go straight into my Dragonite there. In case he Swords Dances in my face. Might be U-turn, but if he Swords Dances in close combat can definitely hurt me. There's Life Warped. And I'm gonna make the hard play into my Gliscor. Assuming he's gonna swap out versus me. I could have deflogged there actually, but I could have defogged, but yeah. Stealth Rock here. That's a hard weave I'll play. From here, I think I'm going to utilize my Slowbro. Like I said, Umbreon is way more important. And he doesn't knock out my Slowbro from full anyway. Even if he Night Slashes into me, unless he crits me. Okay. Oh no, it's SD. That's not good. I should still not die if that's unboosted. Please burn him. Oh, thank the Lord. That burn is huge. He knows I have protect. I'm gonna try to slack off here. I think it's time to go into my own Weavile here. I don't really need Weavile for anything. I think I'm better off just forcing him to switch, because if he switches out, he's gonna lose his boost. That's fine. Maybe I should have Night Slash, because he does bring in his Rotom most of the times. Gotta be a bit mindful here. From Yan Xiao. Because my Umbreon is quite low now. Okay. I will close commit there. Even if he pain splits me. Oh nice, he's dead. Okay. Dead Gyarados might be an issue here. Goes for it now. That's Moxie, so... I still have Weavile alive, hold up. Still have Weavile alive. How much is Rock Slide doing to Gyarados? About 50. I'm better off not letting him set up for free. It's better to hit him with the Rock Slide there. Oh, that's quite bulky. I'm forced to go Dragonite there. With a Rocky Helmet. I don't know if he has Ice Fang. He does have Ice Fang, but I have Weavile with Ice Shard. And they do have a Gliscor. Because that was Close Combat Scissor. That was Close Combat Scissor, so now I get in this guy. Since my opponent is not able to defog anymore, I can just Ice Shard there. He's gonna die anyway. That burn on the Weavile is so freaking huge. I'm gonna go into Gliscor here. I still have an Ice Shard in the back, but I assume he's gonna Swords Dance. Which means I Earthquake, because he's Life Orb. I don't think he's gonna be, as long as he doesn't crit me, I don't think he's gonna be, what's it called? A Roost, because he showed Close Combat to me. So I need to actually knock him out with Ice Shard. And that's a bit rough. I think I would have done more damage. But I think I need Umbreon with a Skarmory. And I need to knock him out with Ice Shard. So who is the most expendable member then on my team? Because Skarmory has Brave Bird. But I need Weavile to Ice Shard. Because my Umbreon will die. Am I better off sacking Mienshao? I think so. Even though it's nice versus Chansey, if I have Umbreon plus Gliscor alive, I should be able to somewhat deal with that. But like I said, I need this. I also still live a Stealth Rock turn with this guy. And he's gonna die to Stealth Rock anyway. Weavile is burnt. So it's 2 walls versus 2 walls. I think I'm better off just Ice Sharding her. I didn't think I would do that little to the Gyarados, to be honest. Oh. Okay. Oh, I would just wish here. Protect there. See if he clicks Roar. So then Gliscor will be full HP. Oh wait, he doesn't have spikes. That's huge. Then I can kind of PP stall them. I just need to find a way to heal Gliscor. He does not know that I have Baton Pass, right? I think he doesn't know that I have Baton Pass. Didn't I show it? I didn't show it. Oh, hold up. Hold up, I didn't show it. Nice. Okay, so he doesn't know that I have Baton Pass. That's huge. That's why he keeps Brave Birding into me. That's really cool. Getting Gliscor now. I'm never in range. Get off my healing. Yeah, we're gonna put up spikes here. If I have enough spikes up, Weavile cannot be Wish Pass too. Yeah, Weavile cannot be Wish Pass too. Yeah, and then I just sit here with yeah, I think I win. It's gonna be a long PP stall game, guys, but I'm PP maxed. He only has Stealth Rock, Roost, Roar. But I'm getting out my last layer. That's pretty good. Weavile comes in. And I can just go into my Umbreon. I would just protect there. Okay, we're back, guys. Skarmory is down to a struggle. We're 130 turns in. But I'd like to see, bro. I knew this was gonna happen because I already set it up for this. But that's pretty cool. He couldn't beat me down. That's what I did. I wasted a lot of Brave Birds with Umbreon. And now he just dies. And we win the game. So 132 turns in. Kinda insane, but that puts us 857. 857.64. Rank 7. Let's go, boys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I did skip a lot because that was a long. But yeah, he couldn't stall my Gliscor. Just because I got all the hazards up, so Blissey couldn't do it. And it was really important for me to stall as many Brave Birds as possible with my Umbreon. What I was trying to do. And that worked out. That worked out really well. Obviously, if he had more Brave Birds left, I would have lost. But yeah. Last game was a bit, was not enjoyable to watch probably. At least till the end. That's because I didn't do enough damage to Gyarados, so I wasn't able to knock him out with Ice Shard. So, which means I had to let go of Dragonite. But that also meant that, letting go of Dragonite also meant that I had trouble against Skarmory. So maybe I should have gone Dragonite, then seg my Mienshao out, and then go into Weavile to Ice Shard. I think that would have been a better play. Because the Chansey was never an issue with my Gliscor alive, of course. And that way I didn't really have to play the long game with my Dragonite versus the Skarmory and Blissey. I think that was the biggest... Like you guys can hear, I'm still sick, guys. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Patreon for this team. Join our Discord server. And I hope to see you guys next time.